Welcome to the 2020 January Turning Stone Player Stats. Today we have Jason Shaw and Misko Fortunski, who tied for 5th and 6th. We also have Konrad Juszczsyzyn and Jeremy Sossei, and they tied for 7th and 8th place. Now you may want to check out another video on AZB TV with the stats for the 4 top players in this tournament, which I posted last week. So let's look at Jason Shaw. Jason played 7 matches. He played 90 games, he won 58, so his win average is 64%. He sank 448 balls and made 40 errors. So his player average, using AccuStats, balls made divided by balls made plus errors, is 918. And his average errors per game is 0.44. So let's compare this with Shane Van Boeing and Alex Kazakis. Shane came in first and Alex came in second. So let's look at Jason's opponents and let's focus on those players when Jason was below his performance average. First one, Ben Warblow. Then Jason did quite well against his next 4 opponents. And well, no surprise, it was Shane that knocked him to the B-side. And no surprise, it was Billy that knocked him out of the tournament. Okay, I got a lot of pushback for the stats I uploaded last week. Too much PowerPoint and not enough videos. So with that said, here's how Jason's opponents won their games. In Game 5 against Ben Warblow, Jason is on the 6. Ooh, rattle, rattle. Go sit in your saddle. Here's the runout. Good job. In Game 9, Ben is on the 1 after a dry break. Ooh, what a hook. Deliberate fall to tie up balls. Here's Ben's run out. Looking pretty good. No, he hooked himself. He's got his breaker cue. Here comes the long jump. He couldn't see it, but he made it. That was a hard run out. Good job. In the next game, Ben is on the 5. No, fluke the hook. Jason's going to jump. Ah, come on, Earl, you know better than that. You think Earl spooked Jason? Here's the run out. In game 12, Jason's on the 5. Playing it safe. Here's the run out. Oh, easy peasy. Nice and easy. In game 3 against Dave Fernandez, Jason is breaking. Yep, it's dry. Here's the run out. Looking pretty straightforward. Bit of a cluster on the right hand side of the table. Not sure how he's going to deal with the 9 ball. Oh, nice. In game 5, Jason is breaking. Yep, another dry break. And here comes the run out. Table looks a little complicated to me. Let's see how he makes out. Look at that. Jason Shaw has hung up his cue. He's getting ready to rack. Boy, is that a sign of confidence for Dave. Wow, really good shooting here. Oh, fantastic. Good job, Dave. Game 9, Dave is on the 4. Boink, boink, you're a doink. Well, maybe not. Look at that hook. Here comes the kick. Ooh, he left a razor cut thinner than air. But let's watch the run out. Good job. In game 11, Jason's on the 2. Oh, missed the cross corner. Looks like it's a hard shot, but guess what? It's a run out. Little kiss. Four's tough. Well, maybe not. Yep, nice and easy. In game 5 against Gene Hunt, Gene is on the 9. Yeah, was trying cross side. Here comes Jason. He's going to try a wide cross corner. See how he makes out. Oh, close. Yep. Sold the farm. Oink, 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 oink. In game 10, Gene is on the 1 after a dry break from Jason. Ooh, look at that. That's a wicked hook. Comes the kick. 1 rail, 2. Oh, scratched. Combo 9 ball. In game 4 against Marco Cam, Jason is breaking. Oh, give me some water. Looks a little dry to me. Okay. Marco is on the run. One little piggy. Ooh, my gosh. Across corner. Jason gave him a little tap on the table. See when Jason puts up his cue. Jason's still hanging on to his cue. Not a confidence builder for Marco. Oh, there he is. Took a while. Oh, no. Yep, real tough shot. No, he's playing safe. Oh, just trickled by. Left hard shot. Ooh, what a cross side. Combo 9. In the next game, Jason is on the 3. 9-foot combo. I don't believe it. Well, here's the run out. Ooh, nice shape for the 6. And the 7. Good job, Marco. Since the last 3 games were on the show table, I can only give you a quick summary. In Game 1 of the match between Jason and Earl the Pearl Strickland, Earl played a weak safe and Jason ran out 4 balls. Then Jason made a 5-pack, 5 breaking runs in a row. That's a wow. In Game 7, Earl played a weak safe and Jason ran out 2 balls. Jason got a break-and run in the next game. In Game 9, Jason fouled, missing the object ball, and Earl ran out 5 balls. In the next game, Jason fouled on kick, and Earl ran out 7 balls. In Game 11, Earl sank 2 balls on break, missed a 5-foot thin cut to the corner, and resigned. In Game 1 of the match between Jason and Shane, Mr. Incredible, Van Boeing, Shane played a weak safe and Jason ran out 6 balls. Jason broke dry and Shane ran out. In Game 3, Jason played a weak safe and Shane ran out 8 balls. Shane broke dry and Jason ran out. In Game 5, Shane missed a 7-foot straight shot to the corner and Jason ran out 6 balls. Jason again broke dry and Shane ran out. Then Shane made a break-and run. In Game 8, Jason played a weak safe and Shane ran out, making a shot to the side and comboing the 9-ball. Shane fouled on break and Jason ran out 9 balls. In Game 10, Jason missed a masse and Shane ran out 8 balls. In the next game, Jason played a weak kick and Shane ran out 6 balls. Shane broke dry and Jason ran out. In Game 13, Jason played a weak kick and Shane ran out 9 balls. Finally, Jason fouled on kick and Shane ran out 8 balls to win the match. Now this is an incredible match between Jason and Billy the Kid Thorpe. In Game 1, Jason missed an 8-foot thin cut to the corner and Billy ran out 6 balls. In the next game, Jason missed an 8-foot straight shot to the corner and Billy ran out 5 balls. Then Billy made a break-and run. In Game 4, Jason missed a combo 9-ball and Billy ran out 8 balls. Billy broke dry and Jason ran out. Then Jason made a break-and run. Jason fouled on break and Billy ran out 9 balls. In Game 8, Billy played a weak safe and Jason ran out 2 balls. In the next game, Billy played a weak kick and Jason ran out 8 balls. Jason broke dry and Billy ran out. Then Billy made a short break and run comboing the 9-ball. In Game 12, Billy fouled on kick, and Jason ran out 8 balls. Then Jason made a break and run. Jason fouled on break, and Billy ran out 8 balls. Then Billy fouled on break, and Jason ran out 9 balls. In Game 16, Billy missed a 7-foot thin cut to the corner and fluked the hook. Jason made his kick and the 9-ball. In the Hill, Jason fouled on break, and Billy ran out 8 balls to win the match. No Mosconi payback here. Misko Fortunski. He played 7 matches. He played 94 games. He won 59 for a win average of 63%. He sank 465 balls, 42 errors, so his player performance average is 917. So let's compare this with Shane and with Alex. Wow. He had a better performance average than Alex. But Alex, his win average was greater with a lot more games. Let's look at Misko's opponents. And let's focus on those players when he was below his performance average. Like Matt Craw, well, it was equal. I gave it to Matt. And then he did well against the next 3 players. He was below average with Brandon Schuff. Brand was leading at one time 7-2. No surprise, it was Alex that knocked him to the B-side. And no surprise, it was James that knocked him out of the tournament. Now the match with Matt Craw was on the show table. Here's how Matt won his 4 games. In Game 5, Misko played a 7-foot thin cut to the corner and scratched in the side pocket. In Game 7, Misko missed a 3-foot razor cut to the corner, and Matt ran out. In Game 11, Misko fouled on break, and Matt ran out 6 balls. In Game 12, Misko played safe, and Matt made a very hard 8-foot thin cut to the corner and ran out. Both Konrad Juszczsyzyn and Misko were late for their matches. Mike Zuglin is really pissed, and he's explaining why he gave Nick Kopla a win of 1 game. In Game 8, Misko is breaking. Scratch on break. And here's the run out in fast mode just to save some time. Ooh, wow. Right between the 6 and the 9. That was a good shot. This is going to be tough, I think. He's taking his time. Oh, no, easy. Good job, Nick. In Game 9, Misko's on the 9. Oh, trying for a long cross corner. Ooh, maybe a double. Maybe double, maybe trouble. Yep, left an easy shot. In Game 10, here's Nick's run out. In fast mode to save some time. Wow, that was a tough shot. Looking pretty straightforward now. Ooh, made it hard. hard shot. Oh. Easy peasy. In game 2 against Sean Morgan, Misko is on the 2. Ooh, what a razor cut. Here's Sean's run out. Sure making it look easy. Good job, Sean. In game 2 against Demetrius Gelatis, Misko is breaking. No, it's a foul. Here's the run out. Looks pretty straightforward. Oh, nice run out. Good job. In game 10, Misko is on the 6. Ooh, miss. That'll cost him. This is a tough thin cut. Wow. That was nice and easy. Good job. I don't have time to show you the highlights of the last 3 matches. All 3 matches are on ABC TV. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. Okay, so let's look at Conrad. He played 7 matches. He played 84 games, and his game win average was 56%. He sank 377 balls, made 55 errors, and his player performance average was 873. So let's compare Conrad with Shane and with Alex. And you can see that the win average is much lower, and so is the performance average. And if you look at the average errors per game, Conrad is a little bit higher. Let's look at Conrad's opponents with a focus on those players when he was below his performance average. He was above average for the first 4 players. It was Alex that sent him to the B-side. Great heel-hill match against Kevin West. And it was Billy the Kid that knocked him out of the tournament. Now there are question marks beside Glenn's game, and that's because, I'm so sorry, I didn't have a camera on that table. And so here are the highlights. In game 3 against Alvin Thomas, Conrad is on the 7. Wow, he really hit that hard. No wonder it rattled the corner. Go back to your saddle. Rattle, rattle. Here's the run out. Pretty easy. In game 5, Conrad is on the 5. Ooh. Here comes the run out. Oh, that's going to make it really tough. That was a nice shot. Okay, pretty easy now. Good job, Alvin. In Game 6 against Dale Comet, Conrad is on the 4, and he just missed the carom. Wow. That's a hanger. Here comes the run out. You know, if he had jumped up and down, that would have went down. Nice run out. Now, I don't have the time to highlight the matches against Johnny, Alex, Kevin, and Billy. However, you can watch these matches in full on EZB TV. The match against Kevin West is a real nail-biter. My fingers are still nubs. Jeremy Sossei. Jeremy played 7 matches. He played 91 games, and his win average was 55%. His performance average was 865. So let's compare Jeremy with Shane and Alex. As you can see, like Conrad, Jeremy's win average was lower. So was his performance average, and his errors per game on average was 0.7, which was pretty high. So let's look at Jeremy's opponents with the focus of those players when he was below his performance average. First one, Roger Miller. Then Stephen Way. He knocked James and Billy to the B-side. And then with Shane, he was leading 7-2. And then Shane knocked him to the B-side. He won against Daniel. And then James knocked him out of the tournament. Here are the highlights. In Game 2 against Roger Miller, he's on the 3. Oh, wicked hook. Oh, that's just not right. All right, so now he's going to kick. 1, 2, 3, wrong ball. And he fouls. Kick foul. Here's the run out. Looking pretty easy. Good job, Roger. In Game 5, Roger is on the 1 after a weak safe by Jeremy. Here comes the hook. Comes the kick. One rail, 2 rails. Good. But he sold the farm. Here's the run out. Boy, nice shooting. Good job, Roger. In Game 10, Jeremy is hooked on the 1. There's the kick. And he sold the farm. Here's the run out. Good shooting here. Good run out. In the next game, Roger gets a break and run. Here it is. Nice easy shot on the 1. Easy 2. Oh, everything's easy. Nice run out, Roger. In game 1 against Stephen Way, Jeremy's breaking. And it's dry. Now, after a lot of pondering, here's Stephen's shot. Nicks the 1, hits the rail, and caroms the 9. Wow. In game 3, Jeremy's on the 6. Oh, rattle, rattle. Here comes the run out. Good run out. Now, I don't have the time to highlight the matches against the other players. However, you can watch all of these matches in full on AZB TV. I recommend all matches except the second match with James Aranis. Jeremy is my personal hero, and I want to remember him for knocking the 2 giants and almost a super giant to the B-side, not watching him get run over by a Mack truck driven by James. Now let's look at more stats for Jason Shaw. He made 40 errors. In the summary of errors, he missed 18 times, he fouled 10 times, 10 times he left an easy shot, and he hooked himself twice, a total of 40. Now his opponents, they missed 19 times, and he ran out 9 times, 9 missed runs, for an average of 47%. He, on the other hand, he missed 18 times, and they ran him out 8 times for a percentage of 44%. Regards to fouls, his opponents fouled 16 times, so 16 times they gave him a ball in hand, and Jason ran out 10 times for an average of 63. The opponent's average was 40. So let's look at Misko Fortunski. He had 42 errors, 14 misses, he fouled 15 times, 9 times he left an easy shot, hooked himself twice, and he made 2 positional errors for a total of 42. Now his opponents, they missed 21 times, and he got 15 missing runs for an average of 71%. That's really good. On the other hand, his opponents had 57%. Now, with regards to fouls, his opponents fouled 13 times, and he only ran out 5 times for an average of 38%. 5 fouls. And his opponents, their average was 27. So I'll give you some time to compare his stats with that of Jason Shaw. Let's look at the stats for Konrad Juszczsyzyn. So he made 55 errors, 24 misses, 12 fouls, 16 left easy shots. He also hooked himself twice and 1 positional error for a total of 55. And there's his percentage for Mars and his percentage for FARS. And finally, Jeremy Sossei. So he made 64 errors, 23 misses, 11 fouls, 24 left easy shots, 4 hooked himself, and 2 positional errors for a total of 64. And there's his average for Mars and his average for Fars. Now, if you look at games, Jason and Misko had the same kind of game average, as did Conrad and Jeremy. The same applies for performance average. And in summary of errors, well, Jerry made the most. With regards to MAR percentages, Misko got the highest. And as far as the FAR average, Jason got the highest. So let's look at breaks for Jason Shaw. Under breaks, he broke 57 times. 17 times, dry break. 4 times, foul on break. 30 times, wired break. A wired break is when a player makes his wired wing ball in the corner, or his wired cut one in the side, or both. That's considered a wired break. And 6 times, fluke on break. Now, if you add the wired breaks and the fluke on breaks, 30 plus 6, which is 36, then under sunk ball on break, he sank a ball 36 times out of 57 breaks. That's pretty good. And out of these 36 sunk ball on break, he got shape on break 17 times for a percentage of 47. And of the 17 shape on breaks that he got, he broke and ran 16 times for an average of 94%. I mean, that's pretty darn awesome. And then if you look at another way of looking at break and runs, he broke 57 times. He got a break and run 16 times for a percentage of 28%. Now his opponents, they fouled on break 6 times, and he ran out 4 times for an average of 67%. He in turn fouled on break 4 times. His opponents ran him out 3 times, and so their average was 75%. Now there are no illegal breaks at Turning Stone, and there were no golden breaks, 9 on break. And Bob is the total number of balls sunk when breaking 57 times. So let's compare Jason with Shane. These guys are my benchmarks. I always make sure I got cameras on these guys, and I compare all the other players with these two guys. So when you look at the breaks, Shane, he broke 73 times, 18 dry breaks, 4 fall on breaks, 29 wired breaks, and fluke on breaks 22. That's really high for Shane. You can see, from with Jason, he only had 6. So definitely, this must, for me, Shane, this is Achilles' heel, fluke on breaks. Now, sank ball on break, 51 out of 73. Shape on breaks, 27. Got a little bit more than Jason, but of course he had more opportunities, and 53%. And with regards to bars, they're almost equal, right across the board. And the foul on breaks, well, there's not too much interesting here. And guess what? 4 golden breaks by Shane. That's pretty darn awesome. He has them, but this was a lot. So let's look at breaks for Misko. Under breaks, he broke 58 times, 13 dry breaks, 8 foul on breaks, 28 wired breaks, and fluke on break 9 times. So 28 plus 9, which is 37. So it's 37 times out of 58 breaks, he sunk a ball on break. And out of 37, he got shape on break 25 times for 68%. That's a little bit better than Jason. Now, out of the 25 Shape on break, he got 18 breaking runs for a percentage of 72. Not as good as Jason, but pretty darn good. Out of 58 breaks, he got 18 breaking runs for a percentage of 31. His opponents, they fouled on break 3 times, and he ran out 3 times, 100%. He fouled on break 8 times, and his opponents ran him out 5 times for a percentage of 63%. No golden breaks, and his bob was 72 balls, breaking 58 times. Pretty awesome. Okay, breaks for Conrad. He broke 46 times, 15 dry breaks, 6 times foul on break, 13 times the wired break, 12 times he fluked on break. 13 plus 12 is 25, so sunk ball on break, 25. Shape on break, 13 for a percentage of 52%. 13 shape on breaks, 5 breaking runs for a percentage of 38. Way lower than the other two. And 46 breaks, 6 breaking runs for a percentage of 11%. Way lower than the other two. Now, with regards to foul on breaks, his opponents fouled on break twice. He ran out twice, 100%. He fouled on break 6 times. They ran out 3 times, 50%. And he got 1 golden break. Now, let's look at my hero, Jeremy Sossei. I like this guy. He broke 49 times, 8 dry breaks, 3 foul on breaks, and a really good 35 wired breaks, and only 3 fluke on breaks. The lower the better. And if you compare him to the other 3 above, he's got the lowest. But not only that, I've been following this guy for, good 6-7 turning stones. And his fluke on breaks is always extremely low. It's his superpower. He's the king of breaks. Now, with regards to sunk ball on break, at 35 plus 3, he got 38 out of 49 breaks. And his shape on break was 16, or 42%. He got 7 breaking runs. And his opponents, they fouled on break 3 times. He ran out 3 times for 100%. He fouled on break 3 times, and they only ran him out 1%, 33%. And he had no golden breaks. Now, overall summary, if you look down breaks, on the fluke breaks, no question about it, Jeremy got the lowest. Under sunk ball on break, if you look down the yellows, you'll find, Misko got 25 shape on breaks. He was the highest. And shape on break bars, he got 18, pretty darn good. Breaking runs, 18, pretty darn good. And the only golden break was made by Conrad. Time to look at the stats on dry breaks. Now, Jason Shaw, he broke dry 17 times. Twice he got a hook. 4 times he left a hard shot. And 11 times he left an easy shot. And his opponents ran him out 5 times for an average of 45. Now, his opponents, they left an easy shot after a dry break 6 times. And Jason ran him out 4 times for an average of 67%. Now, in the pushes, nothing too exciting here. Now, the planned push and run, what that is when a player pushes, he sometimes may push into a hook to hopefully have the opponent decline so that the player can come back and run out. A planned push and run. And that's very, very rare. You hardly see any of those. Now, Shaw, he sank 448 balls, and he played 159 innings. He was at the table 159 times. So his average balls per inning is 2.82, and that's above average. Most people do 2.25, and this is his normal. And as far as strokes, he played 532 strokes. So his average balls per stroke is 0.84, and that's not too bad. So let's look at the benchmark. Now Jason and Shane broke dry the same amount almost, except Jason, he left 11 easy shots and Shane left 9. And you look at the dry break-in runs, Shaw's percentages was a little bit higher. Now in the pushes, Shane, his opponents had a push and run. So Shane broke, he pushed, his opponent did not decline and ran out. But Shane didn't leave an easy shot and Shane didn't foul. So how did this push and run come about? Well, it was against Alex Kazakis in the finals. In Game 4 against Alex Kazakis in the finals, Shane played this push. Here's Alex using jump cue, super long jump, made it, and he ran out. That's how he earned his push and run. Now there were no planned push and runs. And if you look at the average per inning, average balls per inning, Jason Shaw did a hairline better than he did. Overall, these averages are pretty high for this caliber of player. So let's look at Misko and dry breaks. So his opponents broke dry 6 times and they left 2 easy shots and he ran out once for 50%. But on the other hand, he left 8 easy shots and his name is Fortunski, which means lucky. And boy, he sure was lucky because his opponents only ran him out once for 13%. So either he was super lucky or he has really weak opponents. Now with regards to pushes, he did push and he left an easy shot and his opponent ran him out and made a push and run. There were no planned push and runs. Now if you look at average balls per inning, his average was 2.94, so a little bit better than Jason. So let's look at Conrad. His opponents pushed 14 times. They left 8 easy shots, and he ran out 5 times for an average of 63. And he had tough opponents because he left 4 easy shots, and they ran him out 3 times for 75%. Now, Conrad made 2 push and runs. So his opponents left 1 easy shot, and they fouled once. So where did this extra push and run come from? It came when he played Johnny Archer. In the Hill match against Johnny Archer, Johnny broke, sank a ball on break, and was hooked on the 1. After studying the table for 3 minutes, he pushed. And he left a hard shot. So here's Conrad's reply. And that's a wow, and he ran out. Now there were no planned push and runs, and with regards to average balls per inning, his average was 2.28, and that's pretty low compared to pros of this caliber. So I didn't give him a yellow. Let's look at Jeremy. So Jeremy's opponents left 8 easy shots after breaking dry, and he ran out once for a measly 13%. He in turn left 4 easy shots, and his opponents ran him out once for 25%. And his opponents did leave an easy shot when one of them pushed. He was unable to run out. And there were no planned push and runs. And with regards to average balls per inning, he didn't get a yellow because it was below the 2.5. So doing an overall comparison, you can check the D-bars and the percentages. And there were only 3 pushes made, 2 by Conrad and 1 by Misko. And with regards to average balls per inning, the highest was Misko. And now my favorite, Safeties. Now, looking at Jason Shaw, his opponents left 13 easy shots and 0 fouls, and he ran out 10 times for a percentage of 77. His opponents got 80%. Now, a planned safe and run, kind of have an interesting story about that. I think it's interesting. I just invented the shorthand for recording games. I went to my first tournament in Quebec called the Archer Cup, and Mika was there, my hero, and I wanted to get all the games that he played with the opponents like Johnny Archer and those people, and I wanted to get their signatures in my playbook. And Jason Klatt came up and sat beside me and said, what are you doing? And I says, well, I'm recording the game. I'm going to go down and get signatures, kind of fun. And he said, well, can your playbook tell me things? And I says, well, what kind of things? He says, well, how about did I get value for playing safe? I says, well, what do you mean? He says, well, if I play safe, I would like to know that it was a lethal safe and that the opponent would either foul or leave an easy shot, and I'll jump back to the table and run out. I says, yeah, I can do that. So I invented planned safe and runs. So out of the planned safe and runs, Jason got 8 of them, which is not too bad, kind of low for him, really, when I track him in the previous games. Now, other fouls, these are fouls not, like foul on breaks and kicks and jumps and safety fouls. These are other fouls, and, Jason did miss, one object ball. And now for the benchmark. So the opponents for Shane and Shaw, they left almost equal number of left easy shots. And Shane, the opponents left a foul. So for 16 versus 13. And Shane ran out 15 times, Shaw 10 times. So Shane was a little bit better in the runouts with regards to safeties. Now a planned safe and run, Shane got 17, like double plus 1 of Shaw, and that's pretty incredible. 30% is usually his average. It's kind of good. Now he fouled 8 times, 4 foul on breaks, 1 foul playing safe, 2 fouls playing kick. That's coming up, and he missed an object ball, and this is where I track missing the object ball. So let's look at Misco and safeties. Now you're kind of getting the hang of this, so I'll let you read the, how the opponents left an easy shot and the number of runouts that, number of SARs, safe and runs that Misco made. And looking at the planned safe and run, he got 6, which I haven't tracked him before, but I think this is pretty good. And with regards to those other fouls, he scratched twice in the side pocket. Safeties in Conrad. So you can look at the safety percentages. He did get 10 planned safe and runs out of 42 times playing safe. So that's a pretty good average, even better than Jason. And as far as other fouls, these are fouls, not the foul on break and the kicks and the safeties and that. These are other fouls. He did miss an object ball. Let's look at kicks. So Jason's opponents, they kicked 19 times. They left 4 easy shots, and they fouled 7 times. So they gave Jason 11 opportunities, and boy, he ran out every single time. He's a run-out king when it comes to kicking. And his opponents, they averaged 75%. Now regarding bank shots, CS is cross-side, cross-corner, long cross-corner, long cross-side, and the wide cross-corner. He missed a cross-corner. Let's look at the benchmark. Shane's opponents, they kicked 43 times, and they left him 24 opportunities, 20 plus 4, and he ran them out 18 times for 75%. And for this amount of opportunities, this is a really good average for him. And with regards to the bank shots, he did miss 2 cross sides and 4 cross corners. Other than that, nothing too exciting here. Misko. His opponents kicked 23 times, gave him 8 plus 8, 16 opportunities. He ran them out 10 times, got an average of 63%. And he only missed a long cross corner. Let's look at Conrad. His opponents, they kicked 26 times, and they gave him almost the same kind of opportunities as Misko, 17, and he ran them out 13 times for an average of 76%. He did miss, 4 cross corners and 2 long cross corners. Jeremy. His opponents kicked 33 times and gave him 19 opportunities, and he ran out 14 times for a percentage of 74. And the only bank shot he missed was a cross side. So looking at the percentages for all 4 players, Jason did 100%. But when you look at Conrad, he had a lot more opportunities and had more runouts. Other than that, not too much interesting here. Jump shots. There aren't too many jump shots at Turning Stone, only because Mike Zuglin, he doesn't allow the short cue or the jump cue. It's a 2-cue tournament, so most people use their breaker cue to jump, so it's called a long jump. And when looking at the stats here for Jason Shaw, his opponents jumped 6 times, and they only left him 1 opportunity, and he didn't run out. With regards to combos, caroms, kisses, and masse, Jason did miss 2 combos and 1 masse. So jumps in Shane Van Boeing. You can see, his opponents, actually he jumped quite a bit, really, 8 times. That's unusual. He only left 1 easy shot. That's kind of normal for him. And his opponents, they didn't leave any easy shots or fouls when they jumped 3 times. Now you can see the combos. He missed 3 combos. Misko. There were no jumps in any of his matches. He did miss a combo. Let's look at Conrad. So his opponents jumped 6 times, had 1 opportunity, and didn't run out. Nothing too exciting with the jumps. He did miss 2 combos and a masse. Okay, Jeremy. Again, not much jumping. He missed a combo, he missed a masse, he missed a carom. Straight shots to the corner. Now, if the distance from the cue ball to the object of the pocket is less than 1 foot, it's a 1-footer. If the distance from the cue ball to the object of the pocket is between 1 to 2, it's a 2-footer, 3-footer, etc. And I'm starting with Shane, and I want you to focus on these 7, 8, 9-footers. He had he played 12 8-footers and he missed once. Now here's Jason Shaw. He missed one 7-footer and he missed one 8-footer. Misko, 2 7-footers, 1 8-footer. Here's Conrad. Missed a 7-footer. And Jeremy. He missed 3 8-footers. Thin cut to the corner and to the side. So I'm using the same scale as straight shots, starting with Shane, and he missed 1 7-foot thin cut and 2 8-foot thin cuts. That's unusual. Here's Jason Shaw, 2 and 1. That's unusual. Here we go with Misko. Can't really compare first time looking at him. Same with Conrad. And Jeremy Sossei. One 7-footer, one 8-footer, and one 9-footer. Razor cuts to the corner and to the side. So Shane, he missed one 3-foot razor cut and hard to believe, and a 1-foot hard to believe. Here's Jason Shaw. Here's Misko. Conrad missed an 8-foot razor cut. And Jeremy. Thank you so much for watching, and on behalf of myself, Wayne Dargis, and Mike Howerton of AZ Billiards, may the stroke be with you.